Tonight, I'm just gonna have one or two. Do you know how many times I've told myself that? I'll just have one beer, then I drink another one, and then another one, and before you know it, I've had 10 beers, I'm blacked out, and I'm waking up the following morning asking myself, how did this happen again? Now, you may have clicked on this video because you're at a point where you know that the drinking is out of control. You know that what you're doing is slowing down you from being the best person that you can be. It's hurting your health, it's hurting your relationships, and you're not stepping up the way that you used to. Because here's the thing, alcohol is a slow and painful death. Now, I'm not saying this in a physical sense. I'm not saying that you will physically die from drinking alcohol, right? That could happen. But what I'm saying is that it's a death of who you could be. There's that saying that the graveyard is the most valuable place on earth because it's where all the ideas, all the businesses, all the great people that could have been are no longer with us. And this is what I mean. Alcohol causes a slow and painful death for every single person that drinks it because it steals them of their confidence, it steals them of their self-esteem, and it really stops them from truly expressing the person that they could be. And this was the case for me. Alcohol held me back for almost 10 years. I'll let you in on something. So I've actually tried to build this YouTube channel for maybe 7 years. It's the first video I posted, you can't see it anymore, it's unlisted, but I've tried to build this channel for a long time. Every single time that I would have a period of my life where I didn't drink alcohol, so let's say I didn't drink for 3 months, I was making videos, I was expressing myself, I was sharing things, I was helping people. And then every time I drank, I'd just stop publishing content. I wouldn't publish anything, I'd hide in the shadows, and I wouldn't be the person that I knew I could be. And this is the thing, is maybe you're at a point where you're questioning your drinking. You're really asking yourself, is this adding up? Is this really giving me value? Because if you actually study those questions, if you do the introspection, you look within and you do the research, you start to realize that alcohol is doing nothing for you whatsoever, right? Absolutely zero. Because all alcohol is a drug. Drugs don't give you anything. In fact, they take things away from you. And what it does is it takes away who you could be. Because I know that within you, there is a person that is killing it without alcohol. I know that that exists, but for some reason, we just keep drinking. We don't look at the situation and we don't say, enough is enough. Now, I drank for almost 10 years. So it was just 10 years of up, down, up, down. There were periods with it, there were periods without it. There was binge drinking, there was daily drinking, there was just a lot of madness. And just over 4 years ago, I made a decision that changed everything. And I want to break this decision down because what I want you to do is by the end of this video, I want you to be inspired. I want you to be motivated to know that your problem, number one, is okay, right? It's normal to have this problem. But number two, I want you to know that there is another way for you to do things. There's a way for you to do things that you have never heard of before. Because at the end of the day, you can solve this. There is a version of you that is succeeding without alcohol. There's a version of you that is dominating in their career, has the best family ever, has the best health ever. You're bouncing out of bed in the mornings. That version of you exists. I know it does. I'm 100% sure that it does because I've worked with over 200 people and I have seen that version come out of them. There was a chap called Kevin. He had drank every day for 40 years. 40 years. When he stopped drinking, his wife said, it's Kevin 2.0. I don't even recognize you. He said it's like the old me came back. That version of you is still there. And if you're drinking, you can do this, right? You can make the change. So when I made the decision to stop drinking alcohol, I applied something called first principles thinking, which is a mental model. And what first principles thinking is a way for you to solve problems by dissecting all of the component parts of the problem, individually looking at each of the parts of the problem, researching it, studying it, and then putting things back together to create a new conclusion, a new worldview, a new way of doing things. Now, this is what I did with alcohol. I questioned everything I knew about the drug. I looked into neuroscience, marketing, evolution, belief systems. I looked at absolutely everything. And then it became a choice, right? Not drinking or drinking just became a logical, rational decision. Whereas in the past, every time I tried to stop drinking, I was filled with fear. I was filled with dread. I just didn't want to do it. And then when I got rid of the alcohol during those previous attempts, I'd always feel like I was missing out. But these days, it's totally different. And what has happened is, as a result of removing alcohol from my life, is, like I said, alcohol was killing me, right? It wasn't killing me physically. In ways it was, but it wasn't like I was going to die in the next few years, right? It was killing the person that I knew that I could be, right? It was killing me from being the best leader I could. It was killing me from setting an example to my family. It was killing me from making progress in a business and starting a company. It was slowing me down and holding me back, and it was killing the person that I knew that I could be. And I know that you can be that person as well. I know that you can live the best life ever with no alcohol in the picture. And I know you can get to a place where you don't even miss it. And I know that sounds hard to believe right now. I know that sounds like, how am I going to be able to get through life without alcohol? right? How am I going to be able to get through those difficult, challenging times? How am I going to get home after a hard day of work? What am I going to do if I have an argument with somebody and I need to de-stress? Right? You can deal with all these things without poisoning yourself, without ruining your confidence, ruining your health. You can do all of these things without alcohol. That I can guarantee. Is it going to be perfectly smooth, easy, plain sailing? No, right? Life isn't like that. But I'll tell you one thing. Going to the bottle, pouring yourself a drink, escaping from your problems is never going to solve anything. If you keep doing that, you will stay stuck. There's that quote by Henry Ford. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. It's something like that. Maybe I mumbled it up a bit. But the quote is so relevant to us when it comes to stopping drinking. Because if we keep drinking, guess what's going to happen? Things will slowly get worse. They don't get better, right? It's not like somebody keeps drinking and then all of a sudden gets in great shape and the relationships all fix and their business explodes. Maybe one of those areas may improve, but it's more than likely that it's a slippery, slippery slope downwards. But you can do this, right? You can change your life. I am 100% sure that you can do this. Now, you do have two options, right? You can do this alone. People do it alone. People stop drinking all the time. Or if you want, you and I can do this together. So I actually have a program called the Sober Clear program. And what we do in this program is I work with business owners, professionals, high achieving, successful individuals, and I help them with this reframing process. I help them apply first principles thinking, and then we use coaching to really focus on the future. So it's like a two-step process, right? We first reframe alcohol, and then we have coaching, we have a community of other people holding you accountable. And really, it's this combination of changing the way you view alcohol and focusing on the future is the most powerful thing I've ever found. It's helped so many people now. If you've ever been to the Sober Clear website, you'll see the reviews, and that page is getting pretty stacked out, right? There's a lot of people that have been helped using this method. And if you actually want to try that out, then please click the link in the description and you and I can get on a phone call and see if working together could be a good match. You'll click the link, you'll answer a few short questions, and then you and I can just jump on a Zoom call or a phone call and see if this program could be a good match for you, because I know that you can do this, right? I'm 100% sure that you can do this. You can solve this problem. I believe in you. I know you've got this. If you click the video on the screen now, you can also learn 3 secrets to getting control of your drinking.